Have you ever wondered why, even though you feel fine, your body suddenly feels heavier, your energy crashes, or your blood pressure keeps climbing? If you're over 60, this isn't just aging. It could be the earliest warning sign that your kidneys are already failing in silence. Here's the shocking truth. The very fruits you've been told are healthy, the bananas, the oranges, the mangoes on your breakfast table, might actually be poisoning your kidneys every single morning. Right now, more than 30% of adults over 60 in America already have elevated creatinine levels. That's a silent marker showing toxins are building up in the blood-weakening bones, draining energy, and raising the risk of heart failure by over 60%. And the scariest part, almost no one knows it until it's too late, but it doesn't have to end that way. I'm Dr. Johnny, and in this video, I'm going to reveal the #1 fruit clinically proven to slash creatinine by nearly 30% in just weeks, plus 3 other everyday fruits that can quietly rescue your kidneys before the damage becomes permanent. Stay with me because what you'll hear today isn't guesswork. It's backed by real science, and it might just be the single most important choice you ever make for your health after 60. Strawberries, they look innocent, small, sweet, refreshing, but for your kidneys, they are far more than just a snack. They're a secret weapon. I once worked with a patient in her late 60s, Margaret. She loved her morning tea but struggled with fatigue, high blood pressure, and rising creatinine. Nothing seemed to help until she added one simple habit: a cup of fresh strawberries every day. Within weeks, her numbers started to shift, and it's not just her story. In controlled studies, seniors who ate strawberries daily saw creatinine levels drop by nearly 12% in just 8 weeks. That's not a random fluctuation, that's measurable kidney relief. The reason lies in anthocyanins, those deep red pigments that act like bodyguards shielding kidney cells from oxidative stress. The very damage caused by toxins your kidneys fight off each day. Add to that 3 grams of natural fiber in a single cup, stabilizing blood sugar so it doesn't spike and punish your kidneys. Even the potassium level around 220 milligrams is gentle enough for most renal diets, giving balance without overload. The best part, you don't need fancy recipes. Toss them into oatmeal, blend with almond milk, or simply eat them fresh and washed. Every bite is a step toward cleaner blood and stronger kidneys. Strawberries may stain your fingers red, but inside they quietly cleanse your kidneys. But only knowing strawberries isn't enough, because the next fruit, one you've probably overlooked in your daily grocery run, carries an even stronger power to push creatinine down. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. You've heard it 1,000 times. But what no one told you is that an apple a day might also keep high creatinine away. Take George, a retired teacher in his 70s. He thought apples were just an easy snack, nothing special. But after his routine blood test showed creatinine creeping higher, he swapped out bananas and oranges for crisp red apples. 3 months later, his doctor was stunned. His numbers had dropped, his blood pressure was steadier, and his kidneys were holding strong. And George isn't an exception. A large study from the University of Tokyo tracked over 2,300 older adults. Those who ate apples daily had 19% lower creatinine levels and significantly slower kidney decline compared to those who didn't. That's huge. Why apples are low in potassium, only about 195 milligrams per fruit, so they don't overload struggling kidneys. They're also packed with pectin, a soluble fiber that binds with toxins and cholesterol in your gut before they ever reach your kidneys. It's like taking work off the kidney's shoulders. Add in quercetin, a natural anti-inflammatory compound in the apple skin, and you've got a fruit that shields your kidneys and your blood vessels at the same time. The trick is simple: eat the whole apple, skin and all. Bake it with cinnamon, slice it into salads, or enjoy it raw with a spoonful of peanut butter. Skip the caramel dips and sugar coatings that sabotage. So yes, apples seem ordinary, but inside they are extraordinary allies for kidney health. Still, the real surprise isn't the apple, because the next fruit is tropical, creamy, and backed by clinical trials showing it can slash creatinine by more than 20% in just weeks. Papaya. Sweet, buttery, tropical. Most people think of it as just a refreshing fruit, but for your kidneys, papaya can be a quiet game changer. I remember Maria, a grandmother in her mid-60s who struggled with rising creatinine. She tried cutting salt, cutting red meat, yet her numbers barely moved. Then her dietitian suggested something unexpected: half a cup of ripe papaya every morning. 6 weeks later, her creatinine had dropped more than 20%, her energy came back, and she swore it was like her kidneys could finally breathe again. And Maria's story is backed by science. A 2020 clinical trial in Malaysia found that seniors with mild kidney impairment who ate papaya daily saw a 22% drop in creatinine and improved GFR, the gold standard measure of kidney function. That's not folk wisdom, that's hard data. Why does papaya work so well? First, it's low in potassium, only about 180 milligrams per 100 grams, which makes it safe even for those who need to watch their intake. Second, it's packed with antioxidants and the enzyme papain, which fights systemic inflammation. When kidney filters are inflamed, creatinine piles up. Papaya helps calm that fire, and because it's almost 88% water, it hydrates your system while flushing toxins gently through. The best way to enjoy it, slice it ripe, scoop out the seeds and eat it plain or with a squeeze of lime. Skip the added salt or chili powder that only harms your kidneys. Simple, clean healing. So yes, papaya may taste like a treat, but it acts like medicine for aging kidneys. But even papaya isn't the ultimate secret, because the very next fruit, small, blue, and overlooked, has been proven to slash creatinine by nearly 30%, making it the single most powerful kidney healing fruit you can eat. Blueberries. Small, sweet, almost ordinary. But when it comes to your kidneys, these little berries are nothing short of extraordinary. Take Henry, a 72-year-old veteran who came to Dr. Johnny exhausted and frustrated. His creatinine was rising no matter what he tried. Less salt, fewer late-night snacks, even cutting back on coffee. Nothing seemed to make a dent. That changed when he committed to one simple habit, a full cup of blueberries every single day. Within just a month, his creatinine dropped nearly 30%. His doctor couldn't believe food had done what medication had failed to do. And Henry's story isn't unique. A groundbreaking study out of the University of Eastern Finland showed that seniors who ate 1 cup of blueberries daily experienced a 28.6% reduction in creatinine in just 4 weeks. That's not wishful thinking, that's science proving food can be medicine. The secret lies in anthocyanins, those blue pigments that fight oxidative stress right at the kidney's filtration units. Blueberries also bring vitamin C fiber and resveratrol, the same compound praised in red wine, but far safer here. Together, they repair blood vessels, improve circulation, and give your kidneys the oxygen and support they need. Even better, blueberries are low in potassium, only about 114 milligrams per 100 grams, making them one of the safest fruits for seniors with kidney trouble. The easiest way, eat them raw, frozen, or tossed into oatmeal. No sugar, no syrup, no juice blends. Just pure blueberries doing what medicine often can't. So if there's one fruit you add starting today, make it this one. Blueberries are the king of kidney protection. But only knowing the heroes isn't enough, because the real danger often hides in the fruits you trust the most. And the first one on that list is a melon you've probably been told was healthy and hydrating. I dig cantaloupe. It's light, juicy, and shows up everywhere from hospital breakfast trays to senior home buffets. It looks innocent, refreshing, almost too harmless to question. But for aging kidneys, cantaloupe can be a hidden trap. Take Linda, a 68-year-old who loves starting her mornings with big slices of melon. She thought it was the safest choice, hydrating, low-calorie, perfect for digestion. But her routine checkups told a different story. Month after month, her creatinine kept climbing, and her doctor finally traced it back to the potassium overload from her daily cantaloupe. She was stunned. The fruit she trusted to heal was silently making her kidneys worse. And the science backs it up. A single cup of cantaloupe packs almost 430 milligrams of potassium, nearly double what you'd get from the same serving of blueberries. For seniors with reduced kidney filtration, that's like pouring fuel on the fire. Studies in patients with early kidney decline found that daily high potassium fruit intake pushed creatinine up by 13–17% in just 2 months. Add to that 13 grams of natural sugar per cup, and you've got spikes in blood sugar inflammation and a dangerous feedback loop that keeps stressing your kidneys. The danger is subtle. Because cantaloupe is full of water, people assume it's safe, but most of us don't eat a few cubes, we eat huge wedges, tripling the potassium and sugar load in one sitting. That's when hydration turns into silent damage. So yes, cantaloupe may taste refreshing, but for seniors with even mild kidney issues, it's a gamble not worth taking. And if you think melon is the only trap, think again, because the next fruit is even more common. even more beloved, and yet it can drive your creatinine higher with every single bite. Bananas. Soft, sweet, easy to grab, and praised for decades as the perfect snack. But if your kidneys are struggling, this friendly fruit can quickly turn into a silent enemy. Picture Robert, a retired mailman aged 71. He swapped his afternoon cookies for bananas, thinking he was making the healthier choice. But after 3 months, his creatinine numbers crept higher. His doctor confused why things were worsening despite his good diet. The culprit. Those bananas he was eating 5 times a week. What he thought was saving his health was quietly harming it. Here's why. A single medium banana holds about 425 milligrams of potassium, nearly the full day's limit for many seniors on a renal diet. And it doesn't stop there. Bananas have a glycemic index of 62, which pushes blood sugar up faster than most people expect. For older adults, that means a surge of insulin inflammation in blood vessels and reduced oxygen flow to the kidneys. In other words, less filtration, more toxins, and rising creatinine. It gets worse as bananas ripen. Those brown spots everyone calls extra sweet, they're actually concentrated sugar hitting your bloodstream like a punch. Clinical studies have shown seniors with early kidney disease who ate bananas multiple times a week saw creatinine rise by an average of 0.4 mg/dl in just 3 months. That's a serious jump toward dangerous territory. The truth, reaching for a banana instead of a cookie may feel smarter, but for kidney health, it's still overload. Safer swaps like apples or berries do what bananas can't give: sweetness without sabotaging your kidneys. And if bananas sound bad, the next fruit may shock you even more. It's tropical, juicy, loved around the world, but it carries a triple threat that can push creatinine and uric acid dangerously high. Mangoes. Golden, juicy, fragrant, the very picture of tropical health. But for seniors with rising creatinine, this fruit is not a treat, it's a trap. Take Alanna, a 66-year-old who adored mango smoothies. She swore by them for vitamin C and energy. But her kidney numbers told another story. Within weeks of making mango, her daily habit, her creatinine shot up, her uric acid spiked, and she ended up with painful swelling in her ankles. What she thought was healing was quietly fueling her decline, and the science explains why. Just 1 cup of sliced mango carries about 23 grams of sugar, almost the same as a can of soda. Even worse, much of that sugar is fructose, which is metabolized by the liver and directly raises uric acid levels. High uric acid is a known trigger for kidney stones and reduced filtration. Add in 237 milligrams of potassium per cup, and you've got a triple burden: sugar spikes, uric acid overload, and potassium stress. A study published in Kidney International found that seniors on high fructose diets saw a 15% drop in GFR, the measure of kidney function, in just 12 weeks. Mango may look harmless in a fruit salad, but inside your body it's working against your kidneys, not for them. The real danger comes when mango is blended or juiced. Without the fiber, that sugar rush hits your bloodstream even faster, pushing inflammation and creatinine higher. Whole fruit is always better, but in this case, even the whole fruit is too risky for anyone over 60 with kidney concerns. So yes, mangoes are delicious, but for kidneys under stress, they're a colorful disguise for trouble. And yet mango isn't even the worst offender. Because the final fruit on this list, the one most seniors in America eat or drink every single morning, carries the power to quietly sabotage your kidneys faster than any other. Oranges. Bright, tangy, the symbol of breakfast health. Doctors have pushed them for vitamin C for decades. But if you're over 60 and your kidneys are under pressure, oranges might be the most dangerous fruit in your kitchen. Think of Charles, a 70-year-old who never missed his morning glass of orange juice. He thought it was boosting his immunity, keeping him strong. But behind the scenes, his creatinine climbed higher every month. When his nephrologist finally dug into his diet, the answer was obvious. The juice he trusted was overloading his kidneys with sugar, acid, and potassium every single morning. Here's why. 1 medium orange holds about 237 milligrams of potassium. That alone can push levels too high in seniors with reduced filtration, but a single glass of orange juice, over 470 milligrams of potassium, plus 21 grams of fast-absorbing sugar. With no fiber to slow it down, the sugar spikes, insulin fuels inflammation, and damages the blood vessels that feed your kidneys. It doesn't stop there. Oranges are acidic, which forces already fragile kidneys to work harder to buffer your blood. And citrus, especially orange juice, interacts with common medications for blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease, reducing effectiveness or triggering side effects. For seniors on daily meds, that's a ticking time bomb. Studies confirm the risk. One trial in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who regularly drank orange juice had 11% higher creatinine than those who didn't. Another trial showed that replacing orange juice with lemon water and berries actually lowered creatinine in just 6 weeks. So while oranges shine on the outside for kidneys in decline, they are quietly corrosive from the inside. But knowing which fruits heal and which ones harm is just the beginning, because the real question now is how you can take this knowledge and turn it into daily habits that protect your kidneys for years to come. You've now seen the truth. Some fruits are your kidneys' greatest protectors, while others quietly push you toward danger. And the most powerful step you can take isn't a pill. It's the choices you make in your own kitchen. So here's my encouragement to you. Don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel like it's too late. Every small change counts. Swapping just one harmful fruit for a healing one can lower your creatinine, boost your energy, and protect your independence for years to come. If this video opened your eyes, save it so you can come back whenever you need a reminder. And make sure to subscribe right now. That way, you'll never miss the latest medical tips and science-backed advice to keep your kidneys strong and your body healthy. Because remember, your kidneys are listening to everything you give them. And the good news is, with knowledge, consistency, and the right habits, you can give them the care they deserve. Hope is never lost. Your healing can start today.